have great taste, especially with your radio choice. Thank you for spending a little time with Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
That's new from Sam Hunt. It's Outskirts. Kiss Country 93.7. 68 now, a little light rain. Gary and Bristol. And, they tell us all the time, click it or take it. Mm-hmm. And, I want to say back in the day, there was a lot more opposition to wearing seatbelts than there is nowadays. And now it's just second nature. When somebody gets in the car, immediately seatbelt goes on.
And it's interesting because last time we had a safety check here in Shreveport, that's what they call our seatbelt blockades, if you will.
Yeah.
But, a gentleman emailed me and he was like, hey, why don't we talk about the fact that, seatbelts, sometimes, are a detriment. And it's like, because the statistics overwhelmingly prove that seatbelts save lives.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are occasions where a seatbelt could be a hindrance.
Right.
But, when you look at the overall numbers.
Right. The overall scope of things, yes, they certainly save lives. And coming up this Friday, the Shreveport Police Department's going to be on the look for you from 2 until 8. They're going to have a safety checkpoint. It's going to be at an undisclosed location in Southeast Shreveport.
Southeast Shreveport, somewhere they will be checking. And one of the things that they also check is the proper restraining of your kids in those. And it's amazing because, I raised 3 boys. And putting their car seat in was a lot different than putting my granddaughter's car seats in.
Well, the technology has changed.
It has changed.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you, if you think, you know what, I've raised my own kids, I can put this in there, you are dead wrong. I'm going to testify. So if you get the opportunity one of these times to go out and like Sheriff Safety Town, they do these things all the time where you get an opportunity to see, okay, here's the proper way to put that car seat in.
Right, because most of them have bases now that you kind of snap them into.
And you can take the actual crib part of it out and put it into the stroller.
Yeah.
Coolest thing ever.
Just know this, though. Even though it's a safety checkpoint specifically for restraints in the vehicle.
Yeah.
If you're speeding, obviously, you're going to have to slow down because it is a checkpoint. Or maybe you've been imbibing. They're not going to let that go either.
All right. It is this Friday. If you want to get the information on that, all right there for you. Absolutely free in the Kiss Country app. Thinking about you, Dustin Lynch, Mackenzie Porter. It's Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. Okay, I know this is a shock. Mudbugs are in the playoffs again.
Oh, no. Who would have ever thought it?
I want to say there's only been like 1 or 2 years since the Mudbugs started back in the early 90s that they have not been in the playoffs.
They are such a talented squad. They truly are.
Apparently, this year's team has tied a franchise record for NAHL wins in a season. 41 matches the 2017-18 team that went on to win the Robertson Cup. They will get home ice advantage in the playoffs this weekend. Yeah, however, they're not the number 1 seed. They're the number 2 seed.
Oh, no. They're fighting from behind.
Yeah. Bugs will host the El Paso Rhinos. 2 games, Friday and Saturday night, both games starting at 7-11. So if you hadn't seen the Mudbugs yet this year, what a great weekend, opening weekend of the playoffs. 7-11, Friday and Saturday night. All the details in your Kiss Country app.
They've tested positive, but not in a good way.
Careful. These 2 have proven to be highly contagious. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. And don't forget now, 8:20 this morning. First chance of the day to score up to $30,000. Going to give you that first Kiss Cash Cow code. And if you haven't downloaded the app, it's going to be really hard to play. So get that done. And with that in mind, if you had $30,000 extra, just hanging around in your wallet, getting dusty.
It wouldn't get dusty.
You might be looking for a way to spend that money. So we put on our Facebook page the other day. Okay, you get your choice. A massage therapist, a personal chef, or a housekeeper.
Nice.
You got to choose one of the 3. Which one are you going to take? And by far on our Facebook page, housekeeper was number 1.
And I have to concur, man. That is So that would be amazing.
Now, Jackie did write massage therapist, or at least a jetted tub, hands down. I can cook. I can clean house. I just can't massage myself.
Ooh.
Sean said a massage therapist. Crystal said a chef. I'm thinking for me, I'd have to go with a massage therapist too.
Oh, yeah, that's because you're married.
Well, no. I don't mind cleaning the house. That was one of the things that Julie said attracted to me, or her to me, was that I did not need a housekeeper or a chef. I can cook, I can clean. I can't. And she
Can't
rubs
reach
my neck.
that spot.
Justin Grantham the other day was so funny. He was in church and he sat next to me. He says, I wonder if Julie will rub my neck during church like she rubs yours.
Oh,
She rubs my neck the whole church service, and I'm sitting there. And I'm like,
that's how she can
no,
pinch
Kevin,
you
I'm
if
not
you
going
start
to
to fall
sleep.
asleep.
I'm not going to sleep.
Oh, no. I already heard you were very awake in church this week.
Yeah, well. So which one for you? You get to choose one of the three, housekeeper, chef, or a massage therapist.
I'm going housekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
That's
not
number
bougie.
one on Facebook.
I'm not bougie. I'll take the help.
Okay, we need your input on this one. 725-5477. I know it's a stretch. But if you win $30,000 and you're looking for a way to spend it, you could put somebody else on the payroll. Housekeeper, chef, or a massage therapist. Which one for you? 725-5477.
Making that ride to work fun. Come on now, Junior, take a wild ride. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
There's another way you could spend that $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a beer in Mexico. Kenny
Yes.
Chesney. Kiss Country 93.7. It's Gary and Bristol. And that first Kiss Cash Cow code coming up at 8:20 this morning. That's where you can win the $30,000. And keep this one in the back of your mind because we're going to get back to it. No, you can't use it for a bass boat, Todd. If you win the $30,000, you got to choose. You're going to employ a new chef, personal chef. You're going to get a massage therapist or a housekeeper for your house. We'll get back to that in a minute. Right now, though, we got these tickets for Hank Jr. Saturday night. He and Neil McCoy at Brookshire Grocery Arena.
Now, if you missed the answer to yesterday's ticket trivia question, here it is. Women will do this an average of 150 times a year. Men will do it only about 10 times. We wanted to know what that was, and it was check their horoscope.
You checked yours this morning.
Yeah, I get that email every morning.
Okay, today's question. 2/3 of the world's polar bears all live in one country. Which one? 2/3 of the world's polar bears live in one country. Which country?
What do you think that is? 725-KISS, 725-5477.
Luke Bryan, drunk on you. Kiss Country 93.7. Good morning. It's Gary in Bristol. Canada?
Blame Canada.
2/3 of the world's polar bears live in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to tell my favorite polar bear joke.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Dad joke, here we go. Dad joke alert.
You know how you catch a polar bear? You go up there and you cut a hole in the ice.
Okay.
And then you put a bunch of English peas around the hole.
Okay.
And when the polar bear comes up there to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
Here I was, unique up on it.
They are to radio what Southern made is to donuts. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
You kick him in the ice hole.
No.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. Okay. Alicia won her tickets for Hank Jr. and Neil McCoy a few minutes ago with ticket trivia. We still got another opportunity for you to win. Big time.
Yes, first chance, 820. It is your first Kiss Cash Cow code brought to you by POE Federal Credit Union.
Chance for you to win up to $30,000. And with that extra financial flow, how'd you like that? You might want to put someone in the employ of your household.
Yeah, so if you had the opportunity to hire a housekeeper, a chef, or a massage therapist, which one would it be?
We put it on our Facebook page. Overwhelmingly, it was housekeeper. That's what Tanya said. Housekeeper. She said, I like to cook. I don't care about massages.
Someone who doesn't care about massages has never had one.
Somebody wrote on there, why do I have to choose?
I know, right?
I want all three.
I want it all.
Chef from Crystal. Chef, especially if they do all the meal planning and do the shopping as well.
Oh,
I bet that's the toughest part.
You know, are we talking, was it listener Crystal or our afternoon lovely little sister Crystal? Because she is a foodie.
This was a listener on our Facebook page. No, overwhelming. Like I said, housekeeper was the number one choice. Mm-hmm. For you, which one would it be? You get to choose one of the three. You're going to have a chef, you're going to have a massage therapist, or a housekeeper. I honestly believe if you get a massage therapist, it doesn't matter if you ever eat or if you walk the pig trails through the clutter in your house.
That feeling when you get out of a massage, you're all like re-slimmed and like everything's noodly.
The world is okay now.
Life is good, man.
Which one for you? 725-KISS, 725-5477.
Spending a morning without Gary and Bristol is like having a birthday without cake. Today's not the day for that. Kiss Country 93.7.
Shreveport Bossier's number one for new country. Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. First chance to win up to $30,000, just a couple of minutes off. We'll do that at 8:20.
Now,
are you all women like that? You know, the Old Dominion there, Hotel Key? I mean, do you have a reminder of your first date with somebody or the first kiss or something?
Well, I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't know, Gary. I mean, I certainly don't keep my hotel key when I stay by myself. So there you go.
Okay. New research has come out that really just reinforces what we've known all along.
We always knew this, but now there's actual science and data to back it up. Apparently, grocery shopping on an empty stomach will cost you more money. I mean, they're talking an extra $26 a trip on average.
Wow.
That's crazy to me because right now I saw someone post a picture of a box of Kix cereal.
Yeah.
And it was like $7.99.
Oh, my God.
I mean, didn't Kix used to be the cheap version of like Captain Crunch? I thought. I don't know. It just seems awful high to me. 76% of the people in this survey agree that they're more likely to spend more if they shop when they're hungry. And about 60% say that they're also likely to buy more unhealthy foods. Well, yeah, because the grab-and-go foods are, generally a little more unhealthy. But I got to tell you, I don't care how hungry I am. Stuff's way too expensive right now. I mean, I'm cutting.
When you're starving and you go to the grocery store, the first aisle you go to is not fruits and vegetables.
Well, I always start to the right when I go to our Brookshires in Houghton. So I am in the produce section. But you know what comes right after that? The
Cookies.
Bakery.
New country from Scotty McCreery, Cab, and a solo. Kiss Country 93.7.
Ready for some moolah? I got cash! Yeah! Here's this hour's Kiss Cash Cow Code.
First one of the day today, 621. 621. That's what you want to put in your Kiss Country app. Could win you up to $30,000 from POE Federal Credit Union. Next code about 9:20. Be listening for that with Kiss Country 93.7.
Making life better one morning at a time. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Laney Wilson, Wildflowers and Wild Horses. Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. Okay, finally, America's CEOs are starting to see things our way. New poll of 100 CEOs found 30% of them. Let's see, 30% of 100. How many would that be? Say they're seriously thinking about shifting away from the 5-day work week.
I am here for it.
They are considering a 4-day or 4.5-day week. If it's 4.5 days, that's 5 days. I'm sorry.
The deal.
Don't tell me Fridays are going to be a short day and you still got to get dressed, go into work. And even though you normally would get off at 5, you get off at noon. That's still another work day.
Yeah, but you can play the back 9. I
Poll
know.
in November asked people if they'd be willing to work 10-hour days, 4 days a week.
We already do.
77% said it would have a positive impact on their life, including almost half of those who said extremely positive.
I was going to say, we already do work a 10-hour day, but whatever.
Okay, so a 4-day week.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to design that schedule.
Oh, you don't want me to design it because...
Oh, no. It's a 4-day week. You're going to work 4 10s.
Okay, but for me, it's like I go into work when I wake up on my own, so I'm nice and rested.
Oh.
Yes, I know, and I have my time to meditate in the
I'm
morning.
not saying you set your whole schedule. I'm saying you set the 4 days that you work. Now, I mentioned this to a buddy of mine the other day, and he said, I'm going to tell you how I'd do it. He said, I'd work Monday, Tuesday, be off Wednesday. Then work Thursday, Friday, be off Saturday, Sunday.
See, I don't want to split it up. I want the chance to be able to get out of town.
Now, he was just talking about getting, more opportunities of having a little break in there.
Yeah.
He says, nobody's on the lake on Wednesday.
It's true. It's very true.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, be thinking about this one. You're going to go to a 4-10 schedule, 4 10-hour days. What days are you taking off? A lot of people say, I'll take Monday. I'll work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm with my buddy. I'd work Monday, Tuesday, take off Wednesday, and then be off Thursday, Friday. Or work Thursday, Friday, be off Saturday, Sunday.
I don't know. No, I want my 3 days together.
You know what?
See, but everybody's got their own thing, and that's the thing.
Why don't we just live long enough to retire, and then we'll just be off?
Or,
period.
How about we make enough so we can retire?
Win Powerball, something like that.
Exactly.
Okay, if you were setting your 40-hour week schedule, you might say, hey, I like the Monday through Friday time. What would your schedule look like? We'll find out bright and early tomorrow morning.
911, what's your emergency? It's Gary in Bristol. If you're not having fun yet, you might need someone to call 911 for you. Kiss Country 93.7.